And I feel like we're starting to touch on kind of the restrictions, limitations of which I think is always met whenever there's a mention of GDPR, there's always like a grimace that kind of comes with it. But actually there are benefits. And I think both of you today started to describe the benefits of well-maintained, well-managed kind of data services and data technology. From your perspective, what are some of the benefits that GDPR brings?
I do get the grimace and the shock horror with GDPR. I run a business. I understand it. More paperwork and more admin is never particularly on the top of anyone's list. Nobody wants to do it. But first of all, I think it's important to say that once you actually break the back with GDPR, there's not that much on an ongoing basis to do. It just needs a bit of thought at the beginning and then some kind of continuous conscious behavior throughout. But it seems worse than it is the first thing I would say. But in terms of the actual benefits that it offers, as you say, we've touched on them a bit already, but a business that manages its data well and puts the rights of data subjects first will always be seen with more trust and transparency in the industry. And actually it can be used as part of their sales and marketing efforts, and it can be put on their website and we are ISO certified or we comply with XYZ. That will always put them higher than their competitors in the industry because we are in the day and age where customers expect their data to be handled appropriately and they shun businesses who don't. So I think that's the first thing. And I guess leading on from that is it can lead to a competitive edge. So businesses with strong data protection practices are often more attracted to customers, but also investors and future buyers, etc. Nobody wants to invest in or buy a business where there's potentially something that's gone wrong with GDPR in the background. The fines alone are terrifying, never mind reputational damage. I think that's very important to think about. As businesses grow and develop, they have to be globally ready. So GDPR is generally seen as gold standard for data protection across the world. If businesses want to expand into the States or Canada or further afield, generally speaking, they'll go into that from a much better footing because they'll already have a lot of the processes and procedures in place that they need. And then the obvious one, which is reduced risk of breaches. Dealing with a data breach is time consuming, it's draining, it's financially exhausting because you have to take legal advice. You might be dealing with the ICO. You will be dealing with a very unhappy data subject or maybe several of them. You want to be focusing on growing and scaling your business. You don't want to be focusing on reputational management and just dealing with all the faff that comes with it.
I guess I add to that a little bit as well. So is that and you spoke earlier, Babs, about training and kind of getting your staff and your colleagues, especially as you're growing quickly, hopefully you're taking on a whole bunch of new talent into your business. Often the act of engaging new colleagues and existing colleagues in understanding how to act correctly in a legal and a secure, safe manner with data can be leveraged as a way of getting the business to think about data. If you think about something like Netflix, one of the thing that they often celebrate as part of their growth story, and I have no reason to doubt it's true, is that the amount of innovation they were able to drive from different colleagues across different domains in their company when they were several hundred people around big breakthroughs around whether it's a green light, post-pilot or second series productions based on analytics of patterns of subscriber reactions to those. Again, the very act of telling people to use data can be absolutely wrapped in with driving that culture of using data and then using it in a way that is legally sound.
It's very true. If that is the message that's coming from the top, that data is very precious and we need to protect it and approach how we use it in a very safe manner because it's precious and the data subjects have to be protected, but it's also very valuable.
That's right.
And it's very important to us as an organisation. It's a mindset shift, isn't it?
That's exactly right.